And hello there, ready to do part 2 now, or today part 1 still, of number 2 of the story of FREDDYS Nightmares. Now as I did the first story, why not this one? Again, Robert England, however, presents this one, but doesn't star in it, but presents it, called The Killer Instinct. It's about a young girl who wants to do some running, right? She's like an Olympic runner and she does running. And basically she's following her mother's footsteps. Her mum, obviously you get the story that her mum died, right? And she's got a boyfriend and so on, right? And she's in competition with this other girl. It's like a manipulating one, this, because she thinks she's going to be the main character. And she sees this gym teacher who is friends with the girl's mum, and she gives her a necklace. Pretty thing, it's like a little diamond on it. And she says, your mum used to wear this and it brought a good look. She always looked at it a lot, so why don't you wear it? So she wears it and you think, oh, seems like a bad story, this one. Seems like a good story. Long but old though, it's called The Killer Instinct. So what happens is, right, when she wears this necklace, a lot of weird things happen. Like, you've got this guy, right, anyway, who works, he does the stew kit dinners, he's in stew, and he does stew dinners, big fat, ugly, older spots on his face, really ugly, really cheapy actually. And he's a bit of a pervert, He's trying to touch the girl up like that and says, don't touch me. Next thing you know, he's looking at the necklace, and the guy accidentally, because he's blending something on a food blender, he accidentally cuts his fingers off. His fingers come off. So you have some bits of door in it. Don't know if it's not really that gruesome, because again, TV viewing and the effects ain't that really big. But you got the idea, the poor guy lost his fingers and he's steaming. Rightly so. So he won't be touching any more girls. So you get that one. Then you've got another one where you've got a cheater. I think he's teaching like history or something. And because the girl isn't paying attention, she's too busy daydreaming, like we all do when we were kids. He just sort of bollocking, told her to stop daydreaming and get on doing her work. Because she got pissed off, she looks at the necklace, right? And she sees something. Next thing you know, the poor guy is actually choking on wool. He's actually choking on wool, and this poor cheater dies. He fucking dies. Brown bread. So she's now on to a running competition with this other girl. This other girl basically treats her like shit, calls her names and everything. And they're running, and you think she's going to win the race here. She's going to win the race. But the thing is, that necklace, what she wore, got stolen by that girl. So she's running, you think she's going to win, and by accident she hits the rope. What's the rope you go through when you're running? And by accident it hits her neck, and her fucking head comes off. I shit you not, it fucking cuts her fucking head off. Proper style, head goes bouncing around like a fucking basketball. And this is what I mean by the story, it's manipulating. It's fucking manipulating, because now it goes on to the girl who was picking on that girl. So she obviously feels a bit guilty now, even though I don't buy it. But then this is a bit, it gets a bit fucking really fucked up. The girl, the one who lost her mum, who lost her life, she comes back as a ghost. And every horrible makeup they put on her, every time you see her, she's got horrible makeup. One, she's right as a fucking ghost. And the next minute you've got her in the house, she's having an argument with her mum and dad. Typical mum and dad are moaning at her. And you see her sat down, the family don't see it because, she's a ghost. And she's got skin hanging out, she's got skin there. It's hard to say unless I saw it, but, I don't know why, because it's not put on DVD, but it's the same, I can't show it. But if you see it, it just looks fucking horrible. It's got skin hanging on her face, skin there, skin everywhere. And she just looks fucking horrible. So it's, ugh. You know what I mean? And the family thinks she's mad. They think she's doing round the bend because she's shouting and talking at nothing. When really she's talking to the ghosts of the girl that got beheaded. And before you know it, the lad who's the boyfriend of the girl that died, he sees the fucking ghost. There's a bit of a weird sexual scene. I was thinking, this is a bit fucking TV fucking viewing. She's mounting him, right? And at first you see her, in the dark. The next minute you see her again. Again, the skin hanging off there. Really fucking horrible. Really horrible. You do get bits of fast bats and what happened? You see her running and the head coming off again. But yeah, FREDDYS Nightmares. And again, halfway through the episode, The girl now feels guilty. You know, she's in a bedroom. She thinks she's going around the bend because she's seeing ghosts of the dead one who lost her life, because she's got the idea that girl killed her. She killed her because she had that necklace. She wished something bad was going to happen to the one in competition because she stole the necklace, and the poor fucking girl lost her fucking head. Well, you always use your head when you get famous. And she sees what she thinks is the boyfriend of the girl, and in a rage he says, I'm going to take them awards off you. It should have gone to the other one. In temper, she gets the awards. You know them awards you get when you win your race in running. Imagine that's one of them awards. It's not. It's mouthwash, right? But imagine it's a fucking award, right? And I've just won it. You know, doing some running. And I've won this. She gets that award. You know how hard them fucking things are, and she fucking swats him on the fucking head. She literally fucking twats the poor fucker on the head. Doesn't walk no harm. It's mouthwash. But I mean, there's the ornament. She fucking literally twats the poor fucker on the head. This is the bit where you got a twist to it, because you find out that it's not a fucking boyfriend. It's not fucking Dur's boyfriend. It's her fucking boyfriend. It's her fucking boyfriend. It made her think that it was her boyfriend who met the Dur who's in competition when I lost her head. It made you think it was her boyfriend, and it wasn't. When she looks, she finds out it's her fucking boyfriend. She's fucking just done in. There he is on the floor, the poor bastard. Try it. Blood all over the fucking floor. Beautiful. You got the mum and dad knocking on the door saying, what's all this noise? What are you making noise at? You've got a boy in there. And then it ends. And you've just got monologue with Robert England presenting it with his famous line, kill an instant. Kill an instant. You see, even the dead make a comeback. And I love it. I love it. So yeah, I like Freddy's Nightmares. So that was the second story of Freddy's Nightmares. Again, it was a big hit on TV. Made a lot of horror stories. Robert England presented it. I do think that's like messed up, but as the stories go on and the more series went on of Freddy's Nightmares, the more messed up they went. The stories really went messed up. They really was fucked up. They really went to sturfing. You know, they really did go to the point where they're like, ugh. But again, you know, for TV budget, they couldn't show a lot. But you know, you could picture in your head some of the messed up things. But I think did good. So for an horror show, it was pretty ballsy for that era. You know, for TV viewing and for that to have an 18 rating, it's pretty ballsy. And so I do actually like Freddy's Nightmares, so I probably will on the way talk about the other Freddy's Nightmares, which will be the second one, the one with the twins, to follow that story on from the first story I said. And I'll probably tell you about other ones on the way. So again, if you like what you see, subscribe to me, or leave me a nice comment into them. I'll probably talk about more stuff on the way into them. See you soon for some more Freddy's Nightmares and more things on the way.